Hey, what is going on? It is Basic Bros Reactions here, and today I am really excited, and I hope that you are excited too, because we are going to be doing a reaction to the latest title track from ITZY, Motto. And so if you are new to this channel, what are you doing? Just go ahead and hit that like and that subscribe button. But besides that, we have been following ITZY since their debut, and I feel like we've been, it's been a roller coaster. If you've been a fan of ITZY's for a while, you know it's been quite the roller coaster. And they started off so strong, and then we kind of had a little dip, and but what has always remained is the girls have been so talented, they've worked so hard, and they've just been like just amazing performers. And that's one thing that I would always give ITZY. And even if you look back at some of our older reactions to songs that we didn't enjoy as much, is they still would go out there and perform it and just do amazing with whatever they got. And there was this weird narrative that was going on in the past couple of years where people were like ITZY were flops and stuff, which was so crazy to me, because if you look at the numbers, the streams, you look at, the album sales, you look at the things that actually matter, they're doing great. Like groups, honestly, like 90%, 95% of the groups wish they could achieve a fraction of what ITZY has when you really look down at the facts. But I think sometimes people get caught up on YouTube numbers and just different things like that, that they don't realize that even though there may have been a dip, ITZY's are still those girls. And I'm really excited to check them out, because it kind of seems like with the most recent tracks that they've been releasing, they've kind of found their footing, and I feel like they've gotten that momentum back. And especially after the trend of That's a No-No that did reaction to, but seeing that just come back, that just shows that even when they were in their flop era or not doing as well, the music was still so quality that a song from years ago can be building up traction and be on the charts again and everything, because even like I said, they are just so great at what they do. So really excited to get into this reaction and see what they have in store with this latest era. So with that, we'll go ahead and get into this reaction in 3, 2, 1. Oh, those okay. Look like old sets from previous videos. I just remember the colors from Dollar Dollar. So beautiful. They look so beautiful. Some actual singing during the chorus? Who would have thought? Oh, I love these effects. This song is so fun. Oh. Oh, I really like that. That was really, really good. I like sometimes I like say that stuff and I'm like, because I was gonna say like I was surprised at how much I liked it, but I'm like, what was I expecting it to be horrible or something? But this was really, really good, and to me, it just reminded me of just kind of like what K-pop used to be like. And not saying that like the current K-pop, there's anything wrong with it per se, but it's just nice that that like to me sounds like in the wheelhouse of still keeping with ITZY, but it sounds like a K-pop song. It reminded me of kind of like the energy, like it's like a more evolved or more mature version, I feel like, of that chaotic energy that they had with Dollar Dollar. Like where the songs doesn't necessarily sound like the same, but just like it's a more elevated, more like refined version of that, because you feel like that kind of chaotic energy in it, but it's also very much measured. And I really enjoyed that because like I said, it feels like a throwback to some of their older sounds, older music, that energy, that vibe that they had, but just in a more mature way. It kind of just reminds me, and kind of what they've been doing recently is what they've been doing recently reminds me of kind of like the evolution of their sister group, Twice, where Twice had like this certain image, and then they kind of went into where they kept true to like that kind of kind of cute, but they matured it. They moved it to more elegant, and this is kind of what I see happening with this, which I really, really enjoy. And it was just like nice to have a song like not sitting here and not gonna lie and be like ITZY is some powerhouse singers. But the thing about them, and what I will always respect about them, is not only because they do a lot of their live singing and stuff like that, is that they know how to really show the strengths in their vocals and hide what weaknesses they have. And that's something to be appreciated. And I really felt like, with this song, it could have been easy, especially with a lot of girl groups are doing with like the talk singing, and even with like the EDM sound and everything, that, they're like, no, we're going to be like singing this whole song, and we're going to actually have a chorus that's like actually has some weight to it. The chorus was so good. I really enjoyed it, and I like that like drop, like the pre-chorus where it slows down and it picks up and then it revs up with the chorus. I really, really enjoyed that because it took me on the place, and it took this song and really gave it some layers to it, and like it was just like a fun ride. And with ITZY, and I know that a lot of people in the past have said about like, oh, they sometimes their lyrics are kind of like superficial, or they're just kind of not superficial, but just kind of like that believe in yourself and everything, which to me, I'm like, well, what's wrong with that? I would rather have like that than just being like, girl boss and all this stuff. But anyways, it was just really cool to have a song that, was actually saying something as well. And so this was really, really good. I really, really enjoyed this. I really hope it continues to do well. Like I said, even though I've had my waves of like, I will still go down that I completely like hated Sneakers, and like some of the songs that just did not do anything for me. But I have always known that they've been super talented. They're really like, you just want them to do so well. And I think also after watching their Killing Voices, it really made me appreciate their different, like just their discography, and even like some of the people like Yuna, who I was like, when you are listening, if you actually listen to their discography, like she's such a chameleon. And so it's just really cool kind of seeing all this stuff. And so if I had to rate that, I'm going to give that an 8.8. Like, I think this is going to be on the playlist. I think it's going to be on the rotation. I can see myself really, really enjoying this song. And I'm really excited to check out the rest of the songs that are on this, and get a better feel for the vibe, because once again, ITZY has some really good B-sides as well. So as you can see from That's a No-No. So really excited to check it out. So let me know down in the comments below, what did you think of this song? How would you rate it? Who do you think owned this era? Let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to check our ITZY playlist, where we have a ton of ITZY reactions, dance practices, live performances, Killing Voices, all of that in there. Don't forget to hit that like and that subscribe button. And this is Basic Bros Reactions.